someone crashed into the pole.
Yep. Got that on camera.
Yeah. Broadway sign down. Looks pretty messed up, and another pole is bent, so 2 poles, Jesus. Well, here we are back in Portland because it's on our way back home to Seattle and because we know people here.
It's Thanksgiving Day 2021, and we want to see what the state of downtown Portland looks like because we were here earlier this year and we filmed a video showing what the city looked like, and we want to see how much has changed.
Yeah, and we just did such a round trip of San Francisco. San Francisco actually was not too bad compared to its reputation. It was better off right now.
It was actually very cleaned up. And so we want to see if the same is true for Portland or if it still is looking a little not so great.
Well, the first impressions are not so good actually.
It is a holiday, so that accounts possibly for the lack of people around. But yes, we do still see quite a few tents on the sidewalks here.
Yeah, and this is no longer the case so in Seattle and San Francisco from what we've seen. In Portland right now, it remains the worst. And we've been theorizing why that is. We believe it's because Seattle and San Francisco have such better economies than Portland. And here no one's quite taking ownership to clean this place up. You know, these businesses are not big and very much shut down at this point, and no one's quite putting their foot down to restore this place. If you see what's going on here, it's a pretty sad situation. Normally, America is a prosperous and happy place. You associate these kind of sites right here with the third world, but you could argue that this is what Portland is at this point. Though it is still a paradox where new shiny things are being built in between the tents and the suffering. So I don't know who's investing, and on the other hand as well, the real estate market here is doing quite well and people are moving into town. I don't know where they're coming from and aren't they worried about the conditions here, but they are moving into Portland. Yeah, it is by far more evident here than either Seattle or San Francisco.
This is the big encampment here,
Oh, yeah.
I think, on the right.
They're at least housed in there. You know, there's a bit of an effort in this lot on the right to house people, but obviously very many remain outside of those efforts.
And this is also just what you're seeing in the actual downtown area. If you go around the freeways, on the sides of the streets there, in the green spaces, you'll also see a lot more.
Yeah, we're about to cross the bridge into the other side of town, east side.
Oh wow, lots down there to that right.
Yeah, it has not cleaned up a lot, but it looks like,
Yeah.
whoa, it's a huge strip down there
Yeah.
of homeless tents.
By the train station.
Yeah, right by this train station. And look, see here, shiny new condos. And, you know, it's a very strange situation. Portland also has a lot of bridges, and under those bridges also are many, many tents from what I can take a glimpse of here. So yeah, it's still bad. It has not been fixed here. So far on this side it looks fairly more normal, but you still see like homeless camps and shelters as well. We're seeing a lot of graffiti. Most of them have some kind of political slogan. A lot of them say abolish this and that, usually referring to the police or the law. Also related to that is the fact that murder in Portland has spiked something like 400-500% or something else ridiculous. I can't exactly remember what, but it's through the roof. And you know, those two things are connected. The situation has gotten really out of hand with the crime here. And then you go through periods or, you know, blocks and blocks where it looks like normal residential areas and people are living normal. But then, you know, as you go through your day, whether you go out or go to work or do chores or some kind of commerce or services, you'll be running into all the problems every day of your life, judging by how prevalent it is when you drive through. All right, that wraps our tour of Portland. I really hope they manage to find a way out of this. They are our neighbors. We wish them all the best, and we come here very often, and sometimes there's opportunity. We have friends here. We don't want to come here all the time just to record how bad it is. We want to see this place thrive again.